So we have the 10-1 homework in front of us. That's actually a pretty easy assignment. First off, we have identifying things. Identify A22. This means second row, and the other two means second column. So the element that's in the second row in the second column is a 3. All right, let's switch over to one of the B's. So let's look at this one. That's first row, third column. First row, third column, it's a 7. So that's pretty easy notation. We're supposed to do some evaluating. Evaluate A minus B and B minus A. And we're going to show our steps here. 4, 1, 0, 7, 3, 5. Take away B, -2, 4, 7, -5, 1, 3. So what would this be? This would be a fairly large matrix that has 4 minus a -2, 1 minus a 4, 0 minus a 7, 7 minus a -5, 3 minus a 1, and 5 minus a 3. And what do we get here? We get 6, -3, -7, 12, 2, -2. So this is A minus B. We're also supposed to figure out what B minus A is. And I'm not going to show quite as much work on that one. I'm going to do -2 minus 4. Actually, let's just do the initial setup. -2 minus 4, 4 minus 1, 7 minus 0, -5 minus 7, 1 minus 3, and then 3 minus 5. So -2 minus 4 is -6, 4 minus 1 is 3, 7 minus 0 is 7, -5 minus 7 is -12, 1 minus 5 is -4. Ooh, that's a 3, isn't it? Can't read my own handwriting sometimes. That's a 3. 1 minus 3 is -2, and 3 minus 5 . Something not right here. Well, there was supposed to be a property being shown here, but it's not happening, is it? Nope. I guess it was addition and this was subtraction. Oops. They were not the same because I screwed up. I don't know why I wrote that as a subtraction problem, so we'll just omit that one. I don't feel like redoing the worksheet. Anyways, there's the result. Signs are different, no surprise. The endpoints of segment AB are 3, 1, and 7, 5. Given a matrix representing line segment AB, do some stuff. So first off, give a matrix. Guess I need to make sure I'm doing this right. This should be how you do it. I haven't done one of these in a minute. Let me pause and make sure I'm doing things right. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I was doing it right. Anyways, the top row is X's and the bottom row is Y's. All right, find the image of segment AB. After a dilation, center the origin by a scale factor of 3, name it AB prime. And they're talking about a scalar. And all you do is you throw a 3 out front. And it's in essence the distributive property. So 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 7 is 21, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 5 is 15. Now translate AB prime, 3 units left and 2 units right. Call it AB double prime. All right, so to do this, we're just going to do some simple addition. We're going to take this one, because it talks about AB prime. Maybe you remember doing prime notation from geometry. I don't know. But we're going to shift it 3 units left. Remember, the x's are up top. And if we're going left, we are subtracting 3. 2 units right, that'd be the y's. We're going to add 2. 9 minus 3, or 9 plus a negative 3 is 6. 21 plus a negative 3 is 18. 3 plus 2 is 5. 15 plus 2 is 17. There you go. There's AB double prime. It's not a terribly hard thing to do. But neither is graphing a line, and a lot of you guys can't do that either. All right, let's see. The goal of these, I believe, was to do reduced row echelon form. Sounds about right. So let's talk about our goal. Our goal is to get the identity matrix 1, 0, 0, 1 and some answers, constant 1 and constant 2. First, we're going to write the augmented matrix, x's, y's, bar, negative 8, x's, y's, bar, negative 9. And I want this 2 to become a 1. And I want that 10 to become a 0. So I'm actually going to play with row 2 first. Row 2 is row 2 minus 5 row 1s. So no change to row 1 just yet. 10 minus 5 2s is 0. Negative 15 minus 5 negative 3s is actually 0. Cool. That was negative 15 minus 5 negative 3s. Remember, addition. And then negative 9 minus 5 negative 8s is going to be 31. So here's why I actually did row 2 first. This bottom row literally says 0 is 31, which is a false statement. We have no solution. We would classify this as inconsistent. So there you go. Now number 11, which is also a reduced row echelon form problem. It's got x, y's, and z's, and you could do this one by hand. Well, you could do at least one of these by hand, I hope. We'll see. We'll see if you can do it. Our elements are 8, negative 7, 3, negative 122, negative 40, 35, negative 15, 6, 10, 16, negative 14, 6, and negative 244. I'm actually going to do 2 things here. These numbers are pretty big. And I notice these are all divisible by 5. Row 2 is row 2 divided by 5. Row 3, those are all even. Row 3 is row 3 divided by 2. And I'm doing that just because I want smaller numbers. So that would become negative 8. That would become 7. That was, so you were dividing by 5, negative 3. Look at this. 610 divided by 5 is 123. I think that's right. No, 610, 122. And then we're dividing by 2 here, 8, negative 7, 3. I already know where this thing's going. It's going to be a dependent system. This one's actually easy peasy Japanesey. Let's just play with row 3. It doesn't really matter which row you do it, because they're all going to be the same. We're going to take this one a little farther though. But anyways, I know that I want this to be 1 and these to be 0s. Row 2 is row 2 plus row 1. No change to row 1. But negative 8 plus 8 is 0. Negative 7 plus 7 is 0. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. And 0. You notice that this is 0 equals 0, which is true. And while I'm at it, row 3 is row 3 plus row 1. So 0, 0, 0, 0. All right, so this is a unique system. This is a consistent dependent system. So I'm going to pick a variable and I'm going to solve for it. I'm going to take this guy right here. And I'm going to solve it for x. So I'm going to take everything else and move it to the right. I'm going to divide by 8. So x is 7/8 of y minus 3/8 of z. And how many times is 8 going to 122? I guess it's just 61 over 4. Now notice we have a dependent system. This is literally saying that x depends upon the value of y and z. As an ordered triple, it'd look really funny. 7/8 y. And this is the x spot in ordered triple. So the first position here, this is the value of x. It depends entirely upon the values of y and z. It's interesting. You're actually dealing with the intersection of 3 faces or 3 sides from geometry. Good luck comprehending that. Anyways, on to ACT stuff. The frequency chart below shows the cumulative number of Miss Hernandez's science students whose test scores fell within a certain score range. Look at her. Most of her kids are passing. All test scores are whole numbers. How many students have a test score in the 71 to 80? So they talk about this being cumulative, all right? Cumulative. So 65 to 70 is definitely 12, but since it's cumulative, there's only one score between 65 and 80. All right, now we went from 13 to 19, sorry, and that should say 71 to 80. There's only going to be 6 scores between 81 and 90. And it comes from the word cumulative. And then there's only 2 scores between 91 and 100. Most kids were at the bottom barrel there. It's pretty typical. So between 71 and 80, there's only one kid. The number of decibels produced by an audio source can be modeled by the equation decibels is 10 logs of I over K, where I is the sound intensity of the audio source and K is a constant. How many decibels are produced by an audio source whose intensity is 1,000 times the value of K? So this would be 10 log. 1,000 times K is 1,000 K, and it's still sitting over K. We don't know what K is. But if I'm willing to write it down, I'll notice that the K's cancel. 10 log of 1,000. The answer is going to be 30. Remember, I know logarithms, you don't. But you actually have something you can push buttons on in a calculator. You do, if you're just willing to substitute in and think about it. 10 log, see the log button by the 7? 1, 2, 3. 30. Ta-da! Mario plays basketball on a town league team. The table below gives Mario's scoring statistics for last season. How many points did Mario score playing basketball last season? So he attempted 80 free throws. He hit 3/4 of them. Remember? So 0.75 times 80. which is going to be 60 points. He attempted 62 point goals, shot 90 of them. So this is going to be 2 times 60 times 0.9, because 90% is 9/10 is a decimal. Oh man, I'm tired. That's 100 and what, 2? That seems wrong. 108. And he hit a quarter of his 3 points. So 3 times 60 times 0.25, which is what, 45 points. So what we got here? We got 105, 108, 213. The graph of y equals absolute value of x minus 6 is in the standard xy coordinate plane, which the following transformations applies to the graph of y equals absolute value of x, which results. Oh my lord, we know this. If we miss this, we have paid no attention. That is literally a right 6. Translation to the right 6. We know to do opposite. It's the easiest thing. Toby wants to find the volume of a solid toy cylinder. He fills a rectangular container 8 centimeters long, 6 centimeters wide, 10 centimeters high with water to a depth of 4 centimeters. So here's your original tub here. Anyways, he only went up 4 centimeters, but it's 8 centimeters long and 6 centimeters wide. So the original volume of water is 4 times 8 times 6, which is 288 cubic centimeters. That seems right. Let me double check that. That's probably too high, isn't it? 24 and 60. Yeah, I'm off. It's 192. And after the toy, the water increases to 6.6. So the new volume is going to be 6 times 8 times 6.6. 6 times 4 times 6.6. Make sure I don't make any mistakes. And I don't know why I wrote a 6 or 4. It's supposed to be an 8. Probably said it. $316.8. Now, the volume of the toy is going to be the difference. So we're going to figure out what 316.8 minus 192 is. It's over 100, just slightly. And we're going to pick the closest one here. It's probably going to be choice B. $124.8. Oh, it's choice A. And it says which of the following is closest, so there you go. And moving forward, I think these are the last two. They are, because I'm tired and don't want to do this anymore. Box in the shape of a cube has an interior side length of 18 and is used to ship a right circular cylinder with a radius of 6 inches and height of 12. The interior of the box is not occupied by the cylinders filled with packaging material. Which of the following numerical expressions gives the number of cubic inches of the box filled with packing material? So what you have here is you have a box in shape like a cube, which is a big deal. It says the dimensions are 18. So the volume of the box here is going to be an 18 cube, which throws off F and G. And inside this box, there's a cylinder. There's my bad looking cylinder, all right? And we want to know the volume of the packaging material. So what we're going to do is we're going to take away the volume of the cylinder. And they don't give you that. Huh. Volume of the cylinder, usually they give that one. The volume of the cylinder is the base, which is pi r squared, times the height. Pretty simple one, actually. So what do we know about this cylinder? It has a radius of 6, and it has a height of 12. So I'm looking for pi 6 squared 12, which is choice J, because I'm going to take away the volume of the cylinder. All right, 47. A room has a rectangular floor that is 15 feet by 21 feet. What is the area of the floor in square? Oh my, oh, well, there's the trick. They want square yards. That'll get a lot of people. A yard is 3 foot by 3 foot. You don't just divide your answer by 3, which is 9 square feet. So that's how they try to trick you up. So let's just take these feet and make them yards. 15 feet, divide it by 3, you get 5 yards. 21, you divide it by 3, you get 7 yards. And 5 times 7 is 35, and this will be square yards, choice B. And there you go. I'm sorry, my energy levels are extremely low, but I just cannot wake up today. It's crazy. Anyways, there is 10-1. Enjoy.